I'd like to thank you for giving me a platform to speak today and tell you that I'm very honored that I'd be able to come here to Ottawa to contribute my say as just an average roughneck. I'm not a guy from Calgary in a suit. I'm not a guy who's knowledgeable about public policy or the processes that go on in buildings like this. I'm a roughneck. I'm a guy who has a job in Alberta whose livelihood's been threatened. And, you know, they say 110,000 people so far have lost their jobs. Well, first off, that statistics is not up to date, and I wouldn't say that'd be accurate because that's just direct job losses. There's lots of guys in the field who lost their jobs. But it's not just the guys in the field, it's the truckers, it's manufacturing across this country. It's the convenience stores that we get stuff at in the mornings. It's the hotels that we utilize. It's our servers at the bar and at the restaurants that we tip. It's the Canadian auto workers who produce vehicles that we use in Alberta. This is a countrywide issue. And not only that, the fact that employment-wise, it's a Canada-wide issue, it's also the fact that Alberta, it's like a place of immigrants from across Canada. Most people who work in the patch are not from Alberta. We got people from all over this country coming to Alberta for a better future because in today's day and age, there no longer exists a middle class outside of the oil class. Blue collar has turned to bourgeois in this country, and Alberta was the last place that you could go, and the oil patch, pardon me, northern British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Alberta, these are places that you can go being an average person, and if you're willing to work hard and work more than 40 hours a week and bust your butt, you can have something, and you can have a decent quality of life. I would never have been able to get an education were it not for the oil patch. How is I going to pay off a $40,000 student loan? And these options are being cut off, and the people like me who work in the field feel that we don't have a voice. Because when we talk about these issues here in Ottawa, the only people who have a say in these issues are not the working class, the average Canadian. It's the special interest groups. It's the university professors. It's the people who don't have a dog in this race that are influencing this public policy. And so I would just say that we should very much listen and pay attention to this petition that's gone forward today, because these are 35,000 people. These aren't people who make a hobby of this stuff to show up to these hearings. These aren't people who are, from these fringe groups outside. These are average Canadians who normally don't have the time or inclination to be involved in all this stuff and contribute their voice. But they've taken the time to sign this petition, and it's the largest petition ever to be presented in the House of Commons by amount of votes. So this is something I believe today is historic. It's a message to the federal government that I hope that their talk about the middle class and listening to Canadians more is taken seriously. Because right now in Alberta, we're not numbers on a ledger. There's people that are hurting badly and they're losing everything, committing suicide, losing their houses, not able to put their kids in hockey. Marriages are breaking up. But it's just a number on a piece of paper to people out here. So I've come here today, I'm missing work, I'm losing money to do this, but I care so much about this issue that I've come here today, and I hope you guys would take this seriously, and maybe from out of this, we could maybe have a talk that includes social license that 35,000 Canadians have contributed to their say in this.